Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're going to be reacting to Extreme Stories of Revenge That Went Too Far Part 5. Okay, let's start the video.
Revenge. There's nothing like the feeling of getting your own back, or hearing stories of terrible people who got their just desserts.
Yeah, relatable.
However, some people have taken their revenge plots way
He burned that much in cash? Best believe I'm jumping into that fire.
too far, but in a way I just can't get enough of. From cheaters who had their lives completely ruined to immortalizing the deed with tattoos, here are even more stories of people who conducted some nuclear-level revenge.
Okay, let's get into that.
On a high.
Okay.
Now, in the last few videos of this series, I asked you guys to send me in your own revenge stories, and boy, did you guys have a lot of stories. While they were all pretty good, a few were on another level, like this one that came from Tracy in the UK. Her husband, Gary, is employed at a local steelworks, and one of his workmates, who we'll call Derek, enjoyed playing pranks.
Oh my god, bro. His name is Derek, bro. And Derek? Damn, made him just drop all his things. Yo, this is actually kind of sad, bro. Let's get it.
Really enjoyed it. He'd super glue cups to tables, put hot sauce or salt in people's drinks while they
This kid's the devil. Damn.
weren't looking, fill their safety boots with mud, pretty juvenile stuff. But then one day he lined the inside of Gary's safety helmet with glue. So when he went to take it off, he couldn't. Eventually, Gary ended up having to cut his hair to get the helmet off, leaving him with no option but to shave the rest of his head. That was the last straw.
Oh.
Gary thought long and hard.
Oh, hell nah, bro. Gary IRL now. Just joking, Gary. Sorry, Gary. Damn. Imagine having to lose your hair because some nigga just decided to do something for his amusement. Damn.
About how to get Derek back, but there were only two things Derek really loved: pulling pranks and his motorbike. He loved
his motorbike. Go for the motorbike.
That motorbike so much, it was his pride and joy, and he rode it to work every single day.
That motorbike gone. Let me just say that real quick.
And that's when Gary
make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on this video, bro.
Gary came up with an ingenious scheme. That Friday, he approached one of the site's crane operators, another man who's all too familiar with Derek's pranks, and asked him for a favor. Would he use the crane to pick up Derek's bike and leave it on top of their building?
Damn, that's actually kind of devious, though. That's actually kind of devious. Damn.
The crane operator happily agreed to, no questions asked. When the end of the day came around, the crane operators made a swift exit before Derek came out to the parking lot and saw his precious bike had vanished.
Dun dun dun. Serves you right, nigga.
At first he thought it had been stolen, and it was only when he saw his workmates pointing and laughing at the bike on the roof that he figured out what had happened. But because all the crane operators had already left, there was no way to get it down, and he had to spend the entire weekend without his precious motorbike, racking up expensive taxi fares to get around. When he came in the following Monday, he was fuming, petulantly demanding someone get it down and pay for all his taxi fares. But unimpressed by his antics, the crane operators refused and left it up there.
Damn. Imagine asking, hey yo, get my bike down right now, pay my school fees, nigga. Pay my taxi fees, nigga. And then they just say, nuh-uh, little bro. That ain't happening.
He begged them, pleaded with them, but apparently it's still up there. But when it's eventually brought down, I don't imagine Derek will be keen to start pranking again.
Yeah, put him in his place, bro.
Don't I do it? In Western weddings, traditionally, the father of the bride pays for everything. However, the father of the bride in this next story, sent in to me by a viewer called Paul, paid for more than he ever bargained for. Paul's ex-army buddy, who I'll call Pete, was about to be married, mainly because his would-be father-in-law had obsessively pestered him about making an honest woman of his daughter. Pete's fiancé
Oh my god, bro. They making her look chopped AF. Boy, what is this? What is this? What is this? She got a little egg as a head, boy. Greg the egg looking out head. This guy, the old guy right here, honestly looks better than she does.
Rebecca had some expensive wedding plans, and her
Oh, hell nah, bro.
father was happy to pay for it all. However, during her bachelorette party, Rebecca drunkenly admitted to her friends that she'd cheated on Pete, and not just once, but more times than she could remember. News
Damn. Damn. That actually kind of sad, though.
of this eventually reached Paul, and like a good friend, he immediately told Pete what he'd heard. He was expecting Pete to have a major reaction to this, but he started laughing. It turned out Pete had suspected Rebecca of being unfaithful for a while and had hired a private investigator to follow her. The truth, he assured Paul, would all come out in good time.
I, I've never seen somebody this calm to hear that kind of news.
The wedding eventually rolled around, and the bride and groom were placing rings on each other's fingers, but when Rebecca said, "I do," Pete replied, "I don't."
Nah. I do, I don't. Damn.
Then turned to the hundreds of guests and asked them all to look under their seats. There, they
Nah, just said look under your seats. Sheesh.
all found packets containing photos of Rebecca smooching other men. While everyone was gasping and shouting at Rebecca, Pete and his groomsmen, who were all in on the plot, grabbed several bottles of champagne from the bar and slipped out. With
Damn.
military precision, they made a beeline for Pete's family home, quickly removing all of Rebecca's possessions and dumping them in the yard before changing the locks. Well, I guess he technically did make an honest woman of her, in that he showed everyone she was honestly a cheater. Do you have a revenge story which you think can top that? Well, you can send it to me at revenge@beamazed.com. You might make it into the next part of the series. All right, what's next? Deep water. Landlords.
Deep water. What do y'all think this is gonna be like? Make sure to comment down and below your Roblox username, since we finally hit 80 subs and 93 subs. We have 93 subs at the moment. We've passed some other Blox Fruits or Roblox YouTubers. Not that big, but it's still a milestone. And I want to thank everyone for being a part of this and supporting me from April last year to August this year. The channel is over a year old, and we are now celebrating 93 subscribers. Every one of y'all, clap for yourselves. Comment down your Roblox usernames, and I will upgrade your accounts in my next video.
Some are good, some are bad, and some are just plain evil. But if you've ever had to live under a bad landlord, a story from 14 years ago belonging to a now deleted Reddit user, who I'll call Angela, might make all that rent money feel well spent. Back in the day, Angela rented a flat which was owned by a cheapskate landlord. He'd skimp on repairs, paint over mold, raise rents whenever he could. You know, typical scumbag species of landlord. After
Damn, bro. Just cause she's black? Just cause she's black. And she got my haircut. That's why. That's why, just cause she's black, bro. But seriously, bro, what are them earrings, bro? What are them earrings? And why you staple your neck? Bro, you Busta Rhymes?
raising the rent for the third time in a single year, Angela decided
Jesus. 3 times in 1 year. Damn. You couldn't even do this in Brookhaven.
to move out. On the last day of her lease, she'd
Ain't gonna lie, I'd move out too.
cleaned up and removed the last of her belongings by 1 p.m. However, the landlord had told her to be out of the apartment by noon and used this as grounds to keep her entire security deposit, some $1,200. Angela was seething, but instead of fighting him on it, she decided to bide her time. 6 months later,
The time skip, and it's time to spin
in the
back.
dead of night, Angela dropped by her old apartment building. Without anyone around, She located an outdoor faucet that she'd seen a few times on a set of stairs.
How is this? Why would this? And how is this?
Leading to the building's basement, and turned it on. Water began pouring down the steps and into the basement, a room that was off limits to residents as the landlord claimed he was using it for his own personal storage.
Bam. Just damn, bro. Just flooded it. Damn. Every electrical appliance there, zap. Everything you wanted to keep there, zap. They all gone. Oh, your casino roulette machines, don't think I don't see that in the left? Gone. Everything you have here is gone. TV remotes gone, PCs gone, washing machines gone, dishwashers gone. Every single thing, bro. Even that stupid GoPro and that Wi-Fi, it all gone.
Namely for electronics and supplies for another business he ran. Then Angela simply walked off. She moseyed past the building a few days later and noticed
Is the volume better? Let's still get up to
that
7.
the faucet was still on, a deep pool of water now swamping the door.
Damn. She went on her villain arc.
Clearly, the landlord hadn't been around in a while because his basement storage room was completely flooded, undoubtedly ruining everything, including tens of thousands of dollars worth of electronics he had stored down there.
Damn.
I wonder if he skimped out on those repairs.
Damn.
Let it go.
Oh.
They say revenge is a dish best served cold, but I'd argue it's best served frozen. If
Damn. This at cold, this at frozen.
Reddit user A Quiet Borderline's uncle's story is anything to go by. Uncle Dale was a senior engineer at a small firm in the U.S., and while not in his job description, he was also the one who organized the office parties. He left a tin box with a slit in the top outside of his office, which people could leave money in to donate to the firm's party fund. He'd seen plenty of coworkers popping bills into it, but when he checked the box one month, it was empty. Someone had stolen the
Oh, no. Someone stole that party fund? You already know them LA niggas coming after that, bro.
donations. But this engineer preferred to solve problems rather than just report them. So he came up with a plan. He secretly rigged the box up to a hidden doorbell camera, then loudly announced someone had been kind enough to donate $100 to the party fund. A few minutes later, the doorbell
Damn, that devious as hell, bro.
camera app pinged on his phone. The footage showed Brad, the owner's nephew who had also worked at the firm, sneaking up to the box and opening it before realizing there was nothing inside it and guiltily slinking away. Dale could have sent the incriminating footage to the owner, but no. Dave knew the footage didn't actually prove anything, and he wanted to teach this Nepo baby a lesson he'd never forget. So, Dale asked some of the firm's engineering students to create a box that, when opened, would play the loudest, most obnoxious noise possible.
Damn. Well, you can put my sister's voice in the box. Yeah, that fits that description perfectly.
They quickly put together a box that not only blared the popular Disney song Let It Go from the film.
Oh, hell no. I'll be damned if I heard that. Nah. And they got her singing in perfect detail, too. Chick took his helmet off. Nah. These people are actually so devious.
Frozen at
like sending his videos.
Full volume when opened, but they also made sure it wouldn't stop until the lid was closed, and you could only do that by hitting a hidden switch at the back. Dale then proudly glued the box down to the table with industrial-strength glue, shut the lid, and then loudly announced that someone had kindly donated $50 before walking away.
Damn.
A short while later, the deafening tune from Frozen suddenly blared through the office, and people gathered to see what was up. Everyone, including Brad's uncle, came to look and watch as Brad was desperately trying to close the box lid, but to no avail. The thief had been caught red-handed and in full view of the boss. 15 minutes later, Brad had packed up all of his things and been kicked out of the office. His uncle had also left a note in his file stating, "Do not rehire, do not recommend."
Oh my God. Imagine trying to like get a second job and they say do not recommend. You know what that means? Do you actually know what that means? That means they will not say anything good about you. Like they won't even ship you up to some other company. Like you're just gonna stay there with your bum ass, sitting down there, regarding that $50 that you didn't even get to spend, bro.
So, just like that, this Nepo baby's easy career path, along with any hopes he'd ever become an engineer, were over.
Knew it. Said it.
If only he'd let it go.
Oh, damn. After that, they even say, if only he let it go.
The early bird. In my opinion, the worst kind of thieves are food thieves. Luckily,
Exactly, bro.
another person who wrote in, called Verika, enacted revenge on a food thief that was so vile, she made sure they'd never touch her snacks again. Back when Verika was a student, she shared accommodation with another student called Sophie, who, it turned out, didn't understand basic manners. Verika had spent an afternoon baking cookies, but as they were cooling, Sophie snaffled the entire tray and went to eat them in her room.
Bro, this fucking food monger, bro. This fucking food monger. I ain't never seen somebody this hungry in my life, bro. My mama. What the hell? Someone spent a whole afternoon baking them, you slurp them down in less than 15 seconds. It ain't fucking gluten.
When Verika only found crumbs were left, she was furious. And annoyingly, this would happen often, with most of Verika's baking ending up being
Damn, all of her baking getting put down into that nigga toilet.
sneakily
What does she have
gobbled
to say?
down
Let's see what
by
she
her
has to say.
greedy roommate. Verika told her to stop, but Sophie repeatedly ignored her. So, Verika decided to do something she wouldn't be able to ignore. She made another batch of cookies, only this time, she added huge fistfuls of dried mealworms into the dough. Oh, gross. Doubly gross for Sophie, though, because she was a strict vegetarian. Verika then baked them and, as per usual, left them out to cool. And right on cue, Sophie came in, snatched up the whole plate, and disappeared into her room.
Damn, she in for a big surprise.
It was only when she was down to the last few cookies that Verika marched into her room and told her she'd actually eaten close to a half a pound of mealworms.
Half a pound is crazy.
Sophie's face dropped, and she started screaming. She ran to the bathroom, and all Verika heard for the next few hours were the sounds of retching and heaving. Eventually, Sophie emerged, and her entire face was bloodshot from puking so hard. Verika's baked goods never went missing after that.
Damn.
Spider hider. Alright, if there are any arachnophobes out there, I suggest you skip ahead to the next story, because this one that was sent in from Wild Bill will send
I am an arachnophobe, but let's just see if I'm gonna be able to sleep at
shivers
night.
up your spine. Many years ago, when Bill was just 10, his older sister spilled a glass of milk all over a carpet in their house, and then blamed Bill for it.
Damn, bro, it's just milk, and you white. They probably not gonna beat you. So why you just, bro? That is actually. Why you blaming it on him? Why? Just take responsibility and say you did it. He ain't even gonna do anything to you. Just shifting blame online for no reason, bro.
Despite his protests, Bill was punished by his mom, and then all the family put the incident behind them.
Damn.
All of them except Bill, that was. One day, he was at the local arcade, and after winning a whole bunch of tickets, he saw in exchange for a single ticket, he could get a cheap plastic spider toy.
You already know what's gonna happen, bro.
Suddenly, a brilliant revenge plot came to mind. For 2 weeks, he visited the arcade and traded all his tickets for as many fake spiders as possible.
Damn. You're running a spider hatchery.
By the end, he had hundreds of the things and began hiding them all over his house. Now, this sounds pretty harmless, but both Bill's sister and mother were severe arachnophobes.
Damn.
Not just a bit scared of spiders, but mortally afraid. So whenever either of them found one of the plastic arachnids, they'd scream and shriek like there was no tomorrow. Bill's reign of terror continued for several weeks, and he hid these things everywhere, in their beds, in their clothes, their food cupboards. After a few weeks, his sister got used to the pranks, merely calling her brother stupid whenever she found another one. And that's when he enacted the final part of his plan.
Uh-oh.
The entire time he'd been pranking his mom and sister, he'd secretly been catching a whole bunch of real spiders and kept them in a jar. And now it was time to release them. All over his sister's bed. After the jar was empty, he went downstairs, turned on the TV, and waited. He heard his sister walk into her room, and it wasn't long before she yelled down, "God, you're so immature."
Oh my goodness, bro. God, you're so immature. It's crazy. The way you about to scream is about to be immature, bro.
Bill could only assume that what happened next was she went to remove the spiders on her bed, thinking they were plastic, when she suddenly realized they were all real. She screamed so loud their mom ran upstairs, thinking something serious had happened. Moments later, both Bill's mom and sister were shrieking like banshees and ran out of the house.
Damn.
Bill took his sweet time removing the remaining spiders from their bed. But even once they were all gone, it's easy to imagine how paranoid his sister must have been every time she climbed into that bed. All that over some spilled milk.
Damn, bro. All that over milk is actually crazy. Imagine, like, making your mom, your sister run out the house, all cause they spilled milk, and you got punished. The punishment mustn't have even been that severe for you to do this. Damn, what they do? Slap you when they slap box you when you lost? Damn.
Tattoo far. Now, I love a good prank, but the pranks couples can play on each other are elite. Playing a prank on your partner is funny for reasons I just cannot explain. For example, one woman in the UK pranked her partner in 2019 by giving him a bad haircut. They both found it funny as they'd been pranking each other like this for over 20 years.
Damn, 20 whole years? Oh, hell no. What is happening right now?
And it grew back in a couple of weeks, so no harm, no foul.
Your hair grows back in a couple of weeks. That's a really fast haircut.
However, her partner really wanted to get his own back.
Really? It was supposed to be a joke, bro. She don't actually have any sinister intentions, and now you about to ruin your whole relationship.
But not by cutting her hair or doing anything to her at all. No. Instead, he decided to get a picture of her. Not a nice one, an unflattering one where she was asleep. Okay, pretty funny, but he wasn't done there. Oh no.
Damn. She got a pentuple chin. What is this, bro? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exactly pentuple, bro.
Because then he got that unflattering picture tattooed on himself. Really
Damn.
bringing out all the details. Okay, now that is...
I knew it. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. That was supposed to be 5. You missed the 5th one.
commitment to avenge. At first, his wife was absolutely furious, but eventually came around to see the funny side of it. Man, how do you reckon she's going to top that?
She ain't gonna top nothing. She ain't got nothing on this girl. My bro has watched Loud House on repeat for 8 whole years, bro. You ain't gonna prank this guy.
Let me know down in the comments. Way tattoo far.
Okay, first was tattoo far, now it's way tattoo far. Now how you gonna do this?
Getting a tattoo as a form of revenge is a hilarious, albeit permanent, way to go about it. But sometimes it really gets the message across, as TikTok user Modern Day Angel knows all too well. Being covered head to toe in tattoos, he would occasionally attract pretty mean comments from other TikTok users.
Why?
Like this.
It's his life. He can do what he wants with his face. You're in recovery, lol. Let's hope he gets back on the stuff. Why would you say that, Max? Why would you say that, Max? Why? It ain't even your own face, boy. Boy, you're boy. You smack talking people with tattoos because you're insecure about your own life, bro. And you didn't even want nothing, bro. That's the same thing happening to Queso. He didn't do nothing to nobody, and everybody saying he built like a 1x1 leopard brick. And big chungus looking at. Boy, things are getting
Particularly nasty one from a user called Max. But we all know the golden rule. On the internet, never feed the trolls. At first,
Yeah.
Angel looked like he was going to let it slide. However, Max had left his Facebook account linked to his TikTok.
Uh-oh.
And modern day Angel found a post Max had written dedicated to the passing of his father.
If you prank this guy, you're going to hell. I can guarantee you ain't gonna see them angels, boy. If you even try, bro. Damn. And you ain't making no one proud. Who lied to you, bro? Read this. Damn. If you go after his pops, even after he dead, you going to hell, boy.
So,
I ain't even joking.
modern day Angel did what any rational man seeking revenge on a silly little troll would do. He got the picture of Max's dad tattooed on his thigh next to the Grim Reaper.
You're going to hell. You going to hell. You are going to go to the fire, which is hell. Hellfire, bro. Hell. You is not escaping the wrath of Jesus on this one, bro. Don't care if it's just a petty prank. How you go after someone's pops? If he posted on his he posted it on his TikTok. Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, bro. So much, bro. I actually feel kind of bad for the guy, though. Not for the guy, for the guy's pops. He got what he deserved, but damn. Just damn, look at this. Doesn't it make you cry? Damn. You got me tearing up over a revenge story. That's actually crazy. So, see, let's do that, and then, but it's your fault for insulting his tattoos, but you didn't gotta go that far. Sheesh.
That is a level of disrespect I didn't even know existed.
Exactly! That disrespect, bro.
Guess Max's dad is with the Angels now.
Troublemaker. And you even put troublemaker on top. Woohoo! Damn. You got me singing like Lil Uzi. Damn. But how? Why? He even called him a troublemaker. Sheesh.
Well, a modern day Angel at least. Revenge fail. Now, I usually cover stories of nuclear revenge that succeed, but I want to talk about one which backfired so badly it made major news headlines all over the world. David and Ina Steiner, a couple who live in the U.S. state of Massachusetts, own a blog called E-Commerce Bites.
I think I heard of this before.
And regularly publish articles on e-commerce news. Back in 2019, Ina published a story on the blog covering a lawsuit being brought against the auction site eBay, criticizing the company heavily. Now,
why? eBay is actually nice. You can get a ton of stuff there. And you talking it,
you'd
bro.
think eBay, being a major corporation, would barely take notice of one relatively small blog, but it did. So much so that eBay's CEO at the time, yes, the actual CEO of a $22 billion company, David Wenig, instructed his staff to take the Steiners down. Soon, the Steiners began receiving things they'd never ordered, and not nice things. There was a funeral wreath, a book on how to
funeral wreath?
deal with the loss of a spouse, a grizzly pig mask,
damn,
$70 worth of weird pizza, and even live spiders and cockroaches.
Ew, bro. Ew. Oh my god, bro. Feel like one's pulling on my leg.
But that wasn't all. The eBay executives bombarded the couple with hate from fake social media accounts, sent them threats, and even physically stalked them.
Damn, you going too far, bro. You're a $22 billion company. You could probably buy the whole of e-commerce bites, bro. And you here beefing over some old family that lives in Massachusetts.
Going as far as trying to plant GPS trackers on their car.
What? This ain't Breaking Bad.
Well, this is revenge overkill even by my standards. Now, what were they expecting to happen? Well, it turns out this was all part of what the executives called a white knight strategy.
Oh.
When the Steiners eventually contacted eBay about all the hate they were receiving in relation to their coverage of eBay, eBay responded that they'd officially helped the couple tackle these crazy stalkers, manipulating them into running good coverage of eBay, even though they were the ones harassing them. So, what was their undoing? The pizza. Yeah, believe it or not, after police began investigating this cyber stalking, they discovered a gift card was used to pay for the pizzas, which had been bought in Silicon Valley, just a few miles from the eBay headquarters. A rental car also spotted following the couple had a license plate that was tracked back to the same area. It was at this point that the police got the FBI and eBay's own lawyers involved, which the executives hadn't expected. They matched all the fake social media accounts, threatening parcel deliveries, and stalking to some of eBay's safety and security unit. Oh, the irony, because none of them had been smart enough to think that it would ever actually be traced back to them. By November 2022, 7 employees were sentenced collectively to more than 100 months of prison time for their roles in this crazy plot. However,
Bro, they shouldn't have put them in prison. Put the CEO in prison, bro. He was the one who gave the order, and plus, besides, what if he said, hey, yo, niggas, do this or you lose your job? And you just put them in prison, and the CEO just goes scot-free, I think.
CEO David Wenig stepped down as CEO in September 2019.
Okay, he stepped down.
And was not charged. So,
he was not charged. I don't even care if he stepped down as CEO. Lock his bum ass in prison, bro. Lock it in prison.
Remember, kids, if you're gonna try and enact a complicated revenge plot, just make sure you have a bunch of minions take the fall.
Exactly, bro. Grew for the win.
Pins and needles.
Oh, you already know how this one about to go. Someone about to bleed.
While some acts of revenge take time and patience to plan out, spur-of-the-moment revenge can be just as effective, as Reddit user Rotten Mongrel, who I'll call Mike,
Rotten Mongrel. Damn.
Proved. When Mike was in grade school, he usually kept a bag of chips in the side pocket of his backpack. The only problem was another kid, who I'll call Dave, noticed this, and Dave was a major douchebag.
Oh no, you know he's a douche.
He would quietly walk over and punch Mike right where his chip pocket was, destroying the chips and bursting the bag, leaving a mess for Mike to clean up. For 5 days in a row, Dave did this any chance he got, and Mike was powerless to stop him. Or at least, until he got a wicked idea. He turned up to school the following week, and right on cue, Dave punched the backpack pocket as hard as he could. But when his fist hit the bag, he suddenly jumped backwards, screaming in agony. His hand was mangled, and he was rushed to
the
nurse's office. It turned out Mike had emptied the chips from the pocket and replaced them with sewing needles.
Oh my god! I can feel that in my knuckles, bro. My palm's getting...
Oh man, that's sadistic. Realizing he'd get in trouble for hitting a fellow student, Dave didn't tell anyone what had really happened, but he stayed away from Mike from then on. Finally, Dave could eat his chips in peace, and all it took was some light mutilation. Shrimply the best.
How does he always make up these puns, bro? Y'all should subscribe to be amazed, bro. Making such good videos.
Have you ever been cheated on? Trust me, it sucks. But it's also why this story of revenge from a now deleted Reddit user makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Back in 2022, this woman, who we'll call Beth, was living happily with her boyfriend, who we'll call John, of 4 years in an apartment he owned in London in the UK.
Okay.
She'd been studying really hard to get her master's degree, and for a few months,
Okay. We got a hard-working person up in here, and she doesn't even look that bad.
she'd been spending every waking moment on her thesis. So initially, she didn't notice when John would come home later than expected or began spending more time out of the apartment. Then one day, after she'd finally finished, she decided to book them both a little vacation as
Wow. Like, she's actually so nice to book them a whole vacation.
a treat. She logged onto her account for a hotel chain she regularly used and suddenly noticed there were several bookings for a hotel in London that she hadn't made.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get your own account. This is exactly why you need to have your own Google account, bro. You gonna dox yourself, you gonna block yourself.
One of which was booked for that very day. She quickly rang up the concierge and asked what was going on. Confused, they informed her that two people had just checked in with her booking, except she was at home. They quickly confirmed the details of who'd checked in, and lo and behold, it turned out John had booked the room through her account, apparently thinking Beth wouldn't notice. The concierge, concerned about potential identity fraud, revealed he'd checked in with another woman, and
Oh no. And like, you had this nice woman and you fumbled a pack, you an idiot. Respectfully. Okay, y'all.
yeah, it was clear John was cheating on her, and if the multiple room bookings were anything to go by, he'd been doing so for a while. Beth was instantly heartbroken, but kept her cool on
Oh,
the phone. She casually lied that she had in fact made the booking and hung up. When John
damn.
returned that evening, Beth was her regular affectionate self, giving away nothing of what she actually knew. Over the next few weeks, she began slowly packing her stuff up into boxes, saying she was just doing some spring cleaning and
Oh no, because she about to move out.
reorganizing. John didn't suspect a thing and continued on with his affair none the wiser. Beth knew he was going on a business trip and spent the coming weeks securing a new apartment, renting movers, and telling all her friends what had happened, but asked them not
Oh,
to reveal anything to John.
okay.
She also told their downstairs neighbors what John had done, and, disgusted by his behavior, they vowed to help her however they could.
Damn.
After she'd moved the last of her stuff out, she bought 25 packets of fresh prawns and
Damn.
proceeded to hide all of them under carpets, in curtain poles, down radiator slots, and even glued them to the hot water pipes around the apartment. She then locked the door, said goodbye to the neighbors, and left. When he returned a week later, he suddenly found his keys wouldn't open the front door. The night before he'd left, Beth had secretly filed down the teeth of his keys so they wouldn't fit in the lock.
Sheesh.
When he asked his neighbors for the spare keys, they claimed he'd never actually left a set with them. He had, they just didn't want to help him.
Damn.
Confused, he tried to ring Beth, but his calls went straight to her voicemail.
Sheesh.
So, to get to his apartment, he now needed an expensive emergency locksmith. After several hours, he finally stepped into his apartment and was hit by a wave of week-old, rotten seafood steak.
Sheesh.
He rang all of his friends, none of whom would pick up, and then once again desperately tried to reach Beth, calling and messaging, demanding to know what was happening. She simply messaged back, "Maybe you can get a hotel," before blocking him. That's
Sheesh.
pretty savage, but it didn't end there. A few months later, the downstairs neighbors rang Beth, sounding very excited. They said since she'd moved out, John hadn't been able to afford the mortgage repayments on his own and was being forced to sell the property. She asked why he
Oh my god.
hadn't just moved his new girlfriend in, and they said They think it was because the source of the fish stink still hadn't been found. So, with no one wanting to live there with him, he was forced to sell at a pitiful asking price, losing at least 40,000 pounds.
Shit! 40,000 pounds? You lost 40,000 pounds? 40 whole thousand pounds, bro. Could just hell no, bro. You deserve it anyways.
Man, do I love a happy ending. Which of these stories was your favorite? And do you have one that you think belongs in this series? Remember to email me at revenge@beamazed.com. And as always, thanks for watching.
That was it, YouTube. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's another reacting video. I did this because y'all really liked my first reacting video where I reacted to JoJo's Terror Rushes. And I found this newly uploaded video. Bye, YouTube.